Tonight marks the first time Triple H is in action since knocking off another former Evolution stablemate, Batista, back at WrestleMania.
This is the kind of matchup that's changing the electricity here tonight in Jeddah. You can feel it. This is intense.
And of course, the NXT chants from the WWE fans here in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Triple H, the man who formed NXT, made it what it is today. But tonight it is not about that. It is about combating Randy Orton in this matchup here on the grand stage of Super Showdown.
Randy Orton made it crystal clear he wanted Triple H to leave the suit and tie in the boardroom. This is two of the best competitors of all time doing battle on a grand stage.
Triple H told Orton this past Monday night that many have tried to take me down over the years. None have succeeded. And then he told Randy, you are not the one. We'll see if that's the case. Orton and Triple H lock-up matchup underway here at Super Showdown.
But knowing how volatile Randy Orton can be, knowing his personality, that statement from Triple H that Randy Orton is not the one could be fueling the Viper right now. That could be what Orton is obsessing over and driving him here tonight.
And make no mistake about it, the cerebral assassin, Triple H, understands Randy Orton's temper, understands how quickly Randy Orton can pop off and come out of his game, and Triple H hopes to take advantage of that tonight.
I want to talk about the Legend Killer adding another notch on his belt tonight would be a huge victory for Randy Orton.
For Triple H, Corey, who obviously is not in the ring full-time this time of his career, Randy Orton still is. What does Triple H need to do tonight against Orton?
It's about legacy. Triple H right now is protecting what he has built throughout his career in WWE. Randy Orton is still carving out his own legacy, as impressive as it already is. Triple H needs to be cautious, be careful, because just like any superstar, Orton is waiting for Hunter to make a mistake.
Takedown by Orton, and look at Triple H able to counter as well.
We saw that in the early moments there. Triple H not trying anything fancy, very traditional mat wrestling approach, because the game realizes the minute he slips up, the Viper's going to be there to capitalize, and vice versa.
You know, I've had the distinct honor of being able to call most of Randy Orton's matches over the years since he debuted here in WWE back in 2004. And I know, knowing Randy, I know how much it bothers him, how much it irks him, that when they talk about the great champions of WWE, there's always the mention of John Cena and Ric Flair, 16-time champions, and Triple H, a 14-time champion. But Randy Orton's almost an afterthought, despite the fact that he's won 13 world titles.
Well, and I think that has a lot to do with the fact that Randy Orton is still regularly visible. Randy Orton competes week after week as a member of SmackDown Live, and on events like this, you almost take it for granted. You almost forget how great Randy Orton truly has already become and what he's capable of being.
Randy Orton is so seamlessly good at what he does. Yeah, it's easy to kind of forget about all the accolades he's done. He's also not the one to sit around and tell everybody and boast about how awesome he's been. He just shows up and does the work.
That's a great point, Renee. Seamlessly, it's perfect. I mean, to describe Randy, it's how he fits in. It's what he's about. As Triple H is sent across the ring. Shoulder tackle takes down Orton. And Triple H. Randy Orton. Telegraph. That looks for the pedigree. Orton for the RKO.
That RKO can rock you to your core if you give that opening.
That smile, one of respect for Randy.
There's a warning shot across the bow from the Viper.
From both men. Triple H going for the pedigree as well.
You think about those wheels turning inside the head of Randy Orton, inside the head of the Vipers. Bad news for anybody across the ring from him.
And this is indeed awesome. I mean, these two men, we never thought we'd see this match again. It's been almost a decade, and yet we have the great honor to be able to be here and call it tonight.
This is like watching two master chess players at work. Strategy plays a part in every match, but never more so than when you've got two competitors of this caliber. Triple H and Randy Orton, both looking to outthink one another as much as land a quick right to change the pace of things.
That right there is vintage Orton. Didn't care about the lockup, the hold. He turned around and he punched Triple H in the face.
That can be one of those things that can catch you. If you're Triple H and you're worried about manipulating the anatomy, just that slight opening. Orton was looking for a right hand that connected and stopped the game dead where he stood.
What about the momentum that Triple H must be riding after putting away Batista?
Oh, into the post goes Randy Orton, and this could be an opening for the game, Triple H.
You could make that argument, Renee, but that was several months back. Think of what Randy Orton has accomplished week after week on SmackDown Live, on WWE live events around the globe. Randy hasn't taken any days off. He is as sharp as he ever has been.
And then when you look at Triple H, I mean, and the amazing physical condition that the game keeps himself in, despite the fact that he's not competing on a daily basis.
As the Nature Boy said, I mean, he is match ready. 365.
Orton, in his left hand, banged hard off the barricade. You have to wonder what Triple H has in his mind. Oh, as he now begins to attack that arm. Off the steel steps now. Always a step ahead. Always thinking what he's going to do next.
Triple H is going to find a weakness and exploit it.
Oh, and again, the shoulder off the post. And to your point, Corey, Randy Orton throughout his entire career has had a history of shoulder problems, even when he was a young superstar. Triple H understands that, and that's been the focus of this attack.
You would have to imagine in Triple H's mind, that was a target coming into this match. Before the bell even rang, I assure you the game was thinking, what can I attack? What is the weakest point on the Viper?
Off the apron, and now Triple H is in the zone. He's focused. He's got Orton where he wants him. And Triple H is very, very dangerous at this juncture of the match. Listen to this. Oh, God.
Orton's hand and wrist and forearm.
And Randy, just a few feet away from us, is obviously in serious, serious pain as Triple H looks to take the fight to him here outside the ring. Meanwhile, Triple H is on the announce table. Triple H spine first on our announce table.
On the monitors.
And, yeah, I was going to say, one of the things you probably didn't get a chance to see is Triple H's spine went right into the corner of one of our television monitors here, and it caught him hard in the kidney area, and Triple H is now in deep trouble.
He marks on his back from here.
Referee approaching the count of 7 as we take another look at this. Almost as if Orton was luring in Triple H, waiting for the game to get close enough to strike. That's exactly what the Viper did.
And again, the hood on this announce table, not just for decoration, it's there to keep the monitors out of harm's way, but Triple H still hit that one hard. And now Randy Orton turns the attack back to the game. And Triple H blocks. Randy tried to send him into the steel steps.
A reversal by the Viper.
Again, shoulder first into the steps.
Got to worry about that peck of Triple H as well toward a Super Showdown last year.
Well, there's a reason this man's called the Apex Predator. Because he's the king of the food chain here in WWE, and he's showing you why.
Orton went to a cover here.
Cover now on the game. And Triple H able to kick out, but Randy goes right back to his injured arm, trying to get some blood flowing back into the arm that Triple H has been attacking through the bulk.
Oh, vicious stomp by the Apex Predator to the right hand of the game. Very smart strategy. That's going to limit Hunter's ability to punch, to complete submission holds.
And this here is classic. When Randy Orton sets up his opponent for the Orton Stomp.
This is when Orton just gets plain sadistic on his opponents and loving every minute of it.
The Orton Stomp so effective for a litany of reasons. One being the actual body parts that Orton targets. Ankles, knees, joints, fingers, small digits. Randy Orton just inflicting maximum damage with a singular stomp or a series of.
And Orton stomping it away again. Everyone with a purpose. Psychological is, oh, cover, and a kick out.
Orton still trying to work the feeling back into his left arm, which was damaged by Triple H, but it has been all Viper for the past few minutes.
Yeah, now he's
locked in.
And now he's wearing down Triple H. And let's not forget, guys, the last time that we were here in Saudi Arabia, Triple H suffered a serious injury, a torn pec that he had to rehab and finally get back in time for WrestleMania for the match with Batista. But again, Triple H is being worn down now by Randy Orton, who may be in much better ring condition.
Triple H is fading fast.
Could be argued Orton's in better ring shape, as I said before, always a full-time competitor here in WWE. But you have to wonder how much of what Randy Orton is using against Triple H was taught to him by the game. Orton was under the tutelage of Hunter for how long?
Well, not to interrupt, Corey, I agree with part of that. But the fact is Randy Orton has moved on a long way away from Triple H. That was a long time ago, years and years ago. And Randy Orton's become his own superstar. He's become his own individual with his own style and his own talent. And I think we're seeing that on display tonight.
Well, I agree with you completely, but there are some things you learn from a mentor that you can never unlearn that almost become inherent movements, whether it be an offensive style or little tricks within the matchup.
Or if you fall into any old habits after a decade apart, I mean, that could very easily come into play here.
And Randy just wearing Triple H down, that sinister grin on his face like he's enjoying it. Triple H trying to fight back and get back to his feet.
Ooh. There you go, bending the rules a little bit. Grabbing the game by the beard before a hellacious clothesline. And to your point, Renee, I don't know that either of these superstars have any necessarily old habits, certainly not bad habits. You don't reach this pinnacle of sports entertainment without being the best.
Covered by Randy to try to knock off Triple H in a kick out. Is this the type of match you expected at this juncture?
100% to this point. Slow, methodical, strategic. Neither one of these superstars wants to be the one to make the first mistake. There have been little slip-ups even to this point that have been capitalized on each and every time. These are two of the most dangerous superstars in the history of WWE.
Yeah, you're not going to see Randy Orton or Triple H throwing many missile drop kicks off the top rope as you look on again here tonight. Jam-packed crowd at King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia for WWE Super Showdown.
You know, a lot of superstars spend their entire careers trying to perfect or master a certain style of wrestling. These are two men who have perfected their own styles. They know what works for them. They know what doesn't. It's almost executing a game plan by the ABCs. So precise, so perfect, and the ability to adapt at any moment.
You think of the deep arsenal both these superstars have. I mean, that RKO, when it strikes, it comes from out of nowhere. I mean, that perfect timing of Randy Orton is not something you can just learn.
Randy Orton, look at the blows. And Triple H fighting back as well.
Lefts and rights from Triple H, but Orton answering back with a sharp right of his own. Might have caught the game right on the bridge of the nose with the last one. Oh, high knee connects.
And now Randy Orton and Triple H digging down deep at this point in the matchup. Critical moment. And Randy Orton down to his knees.
Orton able to reverse at the last moment. Uh-oh.
Oh, bounce face first off his knees.
Triple H slowly but surely regaining his footing within the matchup, but a lot has been taken out of the game to this point.
It's just like a... Oh!
Here comes the pedigree.
Looking for the pedigree. Randy Orton, though, able to counter. And he sends Triple H into the corner.
Catapult nearly caught the top of the ring post. The game is in jeopardy.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Triple H cover for the win and a kick out by Orton.
Yeah, it's like a nasty game of chess. Like you said, Graves, neither one of these men wants to make any kind of mistake, give anybody a bit of space.
Obviously, both men preparing for one another's spectacular finishing maneuvers. Triple H watching for the RKO. Randy Orton obviously had the pedigree well scouted there. If either man connects, that could be what this matchup comes down to. Who does it first?
It's been a punishing match. Both men exhausted at this point in time. Who is going to be able to strike? Who's going to be able to put the other away?
Uh-oh. Triple H looking for it once again.
Randy Orton trying to counter, and he's able to
over.
launch Triple H out to the apron.
Great
Triple
balance.
H, yeah, lands on the apron. Right hand blocked. Randy Orton with a right of his own.
Oh, this isn't where the game wants to be.
Randy Orton.
And Triple H just ready for it.
Yeah, Triple H being able to fight out of it. Orton wanted that Heyman DDT and a drop kick, and Triple H down to the apron.
Both of these superstars so familiar with one another and each other's offense. You're going to see counters to counters, blocked maneuvers, and as we just saw, a beautiful drop kick from the Viper.
Both men are down. This now a critical moment in this classic matchup.
Orton's up to his feet first.
The WWE Universe starting to make their way to their feet throughout this stadium, realizing the special battle we are witnessing right now.
And Randy Orton placing Triple H up on the top rope. And what does Orton have in mind here?
Well, we've seen Randy Orton execute a picture-perfect superplex, an homage to his father, the Ace. Put away quite a few opponents. Could Triple H be the next to join that list?
What an imposing sight when you see Randy Orton standing over you when you're on the top rope.
Another right hand connects. Orton softening up Triple H for, as I said, what I'd imagine was a superplex, but what's the game got in mind?
Triple H able to counter momentarily. Randy went for the RKO from behind. Clubbing blow, back of the neck. Orton's down, Triple H able to regroup here.
To be able to think on your feet that quickly in the clutch as Triple H just did, delivering a strong blow from behind. Bought the game some much needed time to recover and replan his game. To you, Randy.
Power slam by Orton.
Oh, that shoulder still working on.
With the cover.
Hooks the leg, and Triple H able to kick out at 2.
I can just see the effects of the shoulder that Triple H was just tearing apart earlier.
But Hunter getting overconfident for just a split second, enjoying the fruits of his labor, nearly cost the game the matchup. The Viper so quick, so sudden, and so impactful. Watch the speed and the torque on his power slam.
Yeah, the ever-rebellious Triple H, but he was met by the classic Orton power slam. But Randy not able to put Triple H away. You can still see, favoring the left arm, the left shoulder, that Triple H worked on earlier on in the match.
Once again, the game in no man's land. This is exactly where Randy wants him.
The eyes of the Viper. There may be nothing Triple H can do now to combat this. Vintage Orton with a DDT. But again,
Orton wincing in pain from the damage suffered to his left shoulder. Guys, I think Triple H might be out. The game has barely even stirred since Randy spiked him with a DDT.
Yeah, Triple H has absorbed a tremendous amount of punishment here tonight in this match.
Hang on.
And Randy Orton may be going to that place.
Uh-oh.
The place the Apex Predator loves to visit. Stalking his opponent.
The Viper is coiled and ready to strike.
Triple H slowly trying to make it back to his feet. Randy Orton in position. Setting up.
Here it comes.
Triple H away. RKO blocked by the game. And the game with a spine buster. Cover on Orton for the win. Kick out at 2 by Randy Orton.
Triple H trying again. Second cover.
And Orton at 2 again. A near fall for the game.
A third time, almost caught him.
Randy rolled him up, those shoulders down, almost had him. Triple H now looking for a crossface.
Crossface is in.
Middle of the ring, Orton with nowhere to go. And the question is, will Randy Orton tap out to Triple H at Super Showdown?
Hang on, nothing yet.
Notice Triple H has the hold clasped right across the bridge of Randy Orton's nose and his eyes, making it difficult for the Viper to see where he's at, preventing a rope break.
You got to wonder, it's very, very hot here. These gentlemen are sweating profusely, and you got to wonder if that's going to affect the grip of Triple H.
Or the damage that Randy Orton inflicted earlier. We saw the Orton stomp to both hands of Triple H, but for the moment, the game's fingertips seem to be holding up fairly well.
White knuckling it at this point.
And Randy Orton back to his knees, needs to try to somehow get back to a vertical base or make it to the rope for a break.
Triple H's grip To finish the submission, not quite what he hoped it would be. Orton only a few short inches away from the bottom rope, but I don't think Orton realizes.
I don't think he sees where he is in the middle of the ring.
Randy Orton.
If Randy could stretch out his right leg, he could probably break the submission.
Yeah, but to Renee's point, I don't think he has any clue. He's that close to the rope, and Triple H with the crossface still locked in.
Randy's just feeling his way around.
This is what a veteran the caliber of Randy Orton is capable of.
Reaching out for the bottom rope, a fingertip away, and
right
now
there.
Finally makes it. It's going to force the break.
Yeah, but how much damage was done to the shoulder of Orton in that submission? Plus an extra few seconds before the referee forced the hold to be broken.
And dragging Triple H's body around the ring.
Trust me, tomorrow morning, both of these men will know they were in a fight.
Many in their careers.
What next? What does Triple H still have up his sleeve at this point in the game?
Even this deep in the matchup, both of these superstars have wrestled nearly perfect matches. I mean, very few mistakes, and the ones that have been committed have been capitalized on.
And again, on the injured arm of Randy Orton, looking to wrestle him back down middle. Went for the RKO again. Triple H kick to the midsection. Pedigree time to Randy Orton. Back body drop. Roll through. Randy Orton with an RKO. Orton's going to shoot the half. Here's the cover. Hooks the leg on Triple H. And a kick out by the game.
Oh, the Legend Killer almost sealed the deal.
Yeah, but Orton wasn't looking for almost. He was looking for a sure thing. Great counter to the pedigree. Orton rolls through, and just this quickly, bam! RKO from out of nowhere. Put the game down, but the game was not ready to stay down.
Orton and Triple H look exhausted. Who has what it takes to dig down deep maybe one more time?
Orton certainly favoring that left arm.
At this point, if Orton or Triple H dig down any deeper, they're going to strike oil. These two have thrown everything they have at one another.
The battles these two have had over the years, and it's come down to this tonight.
The Apex Predator standing over his fallen prey. Could just be a matter of time. Oh, no. You don't think.
Oh, my. Harkening back to the younger days of Randy Orton. The reason he became called the Legend Killer. Orton setting up perhaps for the punt.
The most ruthless maneuver in WWE.
That has taken out so many men, so many legends over the years. Will Triple H be next? Triple H, though, able to block. And now the game's face has changed. Triple H, pedigree time. Pedigree to Orton. Triple H into the cover. Up to the leg. Orton kicks out.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
No one here can believe what they just saw.
There's a collective look of disbelief on the face of the WWE Universe right now. Randy Orton looking for the punt that would surely have finished Triple H off, but Triple H had other plans, was ready for Orton's tactics, and delivered the pedigree, which somehow, someway, Randy Orton would survive.
But what now? What's next? I mean, I think everybody here in Jeddah is wondering that same thing. What do these two men have left in the tank this far into the game?
Tremendous show of respect from the WWE fans here in Jeddah for these two legends. Randy Orton just crawling over here at ringside.
The fact that Randy Orton's still moving after eating a pedigree from the game is impressive in and of itself.
And now Triple H. Triple H still stalking Orton. Randy Orton with a right.
Orton once again going to drive the game through the table.
Triple H this time able to counter, able to block. And now it's Triple H that sends Randy Orton out of the table. Payback to the Viper.
Triple H isn't done.
Triple H gonna go for it for a second time. And Triple
Come on,
H,
no way.
a a spine-rattling slam. 3 of them on the announce table. And now the rage of Triple H is coming out as the game delivers over to the announce table for a 4th time, a 4th straight time.
Orton brought the big fight and has awakened the devil inside the game. Now the wrath of the cerebral assassin being felt by the Viper.
Remember, Triple H got to get Orton back in the ring to put the Viper away.
And this is where the King of Kings is most dangerous. Feeling confident, feeling unstoppable.
And a vulnerable Orton in the middle of the ring.
Now the King of Kings where he wants to be. And
Oh!
out of nowhere, Randy Orton with a vintage RKO and the win over the game.
Here is your winner, Randy Orton. What a match.
Absolutely incredible.
Two of the greatest to ever do it stepped in the ring, both ready for war. They fought tooth and nail and gave it everything they had. But tonight the pendulum swings in the favor of the Apex Predator, thanks to the 3 most devastating letters in sports entertainment, RKO.
There is a reason that Randy Orton is one of the all-time greats. There's a reason he's won 13 world titles. There's a reason he's called the Legend Killer. The Viper, Randy Orton.